let's talk about, again, it looks like art, but this actually has a real
structural purpose.
There you go.
That's right. Well, this is the triple pipe column, and these 3 steel columns actually support the whole roof up here, which is made up of 2 primary metal trusses. One of them is shaped like a football, and then the other truss form is shaped like a dolphin. And those 2 roof systems overlay each other, and again, they create like a light gap that lets the light shine in and create a very dramatic ceiling.
With not really having computer-aided design at your disposal when you did this, did your imagination overtake the tools available at the time to create these 2 kind of trusses?
I think so. I think my imagination was unbounded in this regard, and I was able to really conceptualize, through hand sketching, various ideas and forms that I was trying to accomplish. And then once I sort of hit upon a design that I enjoyed, I then had to translate that through, AutoCAD and technical sketches to make it actually buildable. And so
that's kind of how that happened. It worked out that way.
Right. Once you just start thinking about an idea enough different ways and how are you going to accomplish that idea, then you start to make your drawings and your sketches, and you understand what holds it together. The dolphin truss is way up there, but it's held up there by so many different components that all have to work in unison and be reliable. And here we are 20 years later, and it's still in the same place.
It's still in the same place. And then the light that comes in the morning and then the sunsets that comes through the different layers
is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Was there anything in this house that the idea came to you, but it didn't quite work out when it got into the CAD design where you're like, nope, this isn't going to work?
Well, I suppose that happens.
But not with you.
But that's part of the evolution of your design process. You start off with some grandiose ideas, and then you trim it back and turn it into reality. Mm-hmm. And that's where new ideas emerge, and other ideas that you thought you were going to do, they get shifted.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be a little bit of a surprise, putting it all together.
Yeah. And have you always been a big visionary and avant-garde and contemporary modern, or do you like to do other styles, or is this really kind of where you shine?
Yeah, I really prefer the avant-garde, nouveau style of design. I tend to stay away from preconceived ideas of what modern homes could be, because each one that we design is quite different from the previous one. So it's a combination of what the owner will allow us to do and what the budget allows and all the codes and everything.
Well, and I would think the people that are coming to you want something different.
That's why they come to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't actually do any standard design projects. Even with our commercial projects, they're usually very custom, very tailored.
They're coming to you for something different.
That's right, yeah. It costs a little bit more for that, but in the end, you end up with something that's very...
A masterpiece.
Right.
Right.
It's like this home is
Timeless.
timeless. It's timeless.